Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we continue the series of what if Android 16 was discovered in the future, and I hope you guys enjoy. Before we get started, I hope you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon to be informed of any future what ifs. If we hit the like goal of 8 likes this time, I will start making the next part, because while this is the finale but not the end of the series, I'll explain more after the video. And if you have any what if suggestions for me, write down in comments, and if I see enough interest, I'll do it. Where we left off is the defeat of Babidi and Deborah, and Trunks and Gohan decide to come back to the Supreme Kai's world to train a little bit more until they really return Earth. But a new enemy has been rising from the shadows, and that enemy is Goku Black. We will come back to Earth later though. So, back at the Supreme Kai's world, where Gohan and Trunks continue their training with the Z-Sword to become even stronger than before. One day, Shin wants to test out the sword by throwing Kachin at it. So, Trunks gets ready, but then they hear a teleporting sound, and that someone has arrived, and everyone is completely shocked, mostly Gohan. It's Goku, the Goku of this timeline. And he says that he knew that energy. Is that really you, Gohan? Goku says, without saying anything. Gohan gives his dad a big hug. He hasn't seen him in over 20 years, and he's really happy to see him again. Goku says that he's very proud of them by defending the Earth from the androids and that weird cell thing, and while hasn't seen the fight with Deborah, he's still proud of Gohan and what he has done for the Earth, and tells him to keep up the great work. Then he looks at Trunks and says that he is also proud of him, and tells them that Vegeta is in the other world too. It took some convincing from King Yama, but he got his body back and training with him, and told him to tell his son to never stop training. But the most important thing he came here is to test out Gohan's power, to see how much his son's grown, and Gohan isn't going to refuse a fight with his father, and they begin to spar. First in base, then Super Saiyan, then Super Saiyan 2. Goku's surprised and impressed that even though he was training non-stop, Gohan is actually stronger than him in his Super Saiyan 2 state. I guess it's that hybrid potential. Goku says that he's very impressed with his son and also wants to show him something. And then he begins to power up even more. His aura intensifies and electricity begins to become thunder. And then Shin comes out and says to stop fighting. There's someone attacking the Earth. Back at Earth, we see Goku Black. He thinks that now's the time to strike. Trunks and Gohan are away, but he knows that when he destroys the city, they will come. But he's not worried. Let the Zero Mortals plan begin. He charges a black Kamehameha and fires it, destroying the city with pretty much no effort, and begins to kill every person he sees. But then Android 16 arrives, and he's really confused. Is this Goku? Why is he here? And why is he wearing this strange outfit? And Goku Black sees 16 and smiles, and without saying anything, charges at him. At first, 16 easily overpowers Goku Black, but when Goku Black getting more and more used to his body, he gets more power, and eventually he's managed to overpower 16 and blast him to a rubble. And then he begins to charge another Kamehameha, ready to destroy 16, but then he's punched into the ground. And 16 sees Trunks and Gohan have arrived, but they're also shocked. It's Goku. Well, he looks like Goku, but that's impossible that this is Goku, since they just met him. Maybe it's an imposter of some sort? Goku Black blasts through the rubble and sees Gohan and Trunks, and also smiles, saying that he has been waiting for them, and now he is ready to kill the sinners of this world who abuse time travel for their own personal gains. They don't understand what he's talking about, but they still all power up and ready to fight. Of course, 3 against 1 is not even fair, and Goku Black is getting overwhelmed with practically no chance to fight back, even with his rapid improving. But then he backs down and says that he's impressed with their power, but he has a little surprise for them, and then he begins to power up. He's using all of his rage of these stupid mortals abusing time travel, surpassing him, and creating artificial life. That's 16. He is an immortal. His aura intensifies and becomes golden, and then envelops him. And when the smoke settles, we see Goku Black with yellow hair. He has become a Super Saiyan and rushes at them. And now that when he's a Super Saiyan, they know that they need to fight all out. So Gohan and Trunks go Super Saiyan 2 and 16 powers up to his maximum and the battle resumes. Back at the Supreme Kai's world, they are watching the fight since they can't get involved. Goku is really confused. Who is this guy? He looks exactly like him, but he's a bad guy. But then Goku senses someone coming right towards them. Then Goku goes in the front and blocks the attack that would have killed Shin, and he sees the person more clearly. It's another Kai. Well, he kinda looks like a Kai. Of course, this is Zamasu, and he's pretty angered that his plan didn't work of killing Shin with a surprise attack, and to make sure that Beerus won't come. But it seems like this guy, who weirdly enough looks like Goku Black, stopped him. So they begin to fight. Of course, Goku in his Super Saiyan 2 state is more than enough for Zamasu, but this guy doesn't seem to die. He tries to kill him a couple of times, but he just regenerates, and then Zamasu reveals that he is immortal. But Shin has a plan and tells Goku to hold off Zamasu because they may know how to defeat him, and Goku begins to fight more defensively, but Goku isn't having a hard time since he can't get tired. So they fight on and on, with Goku trying to kill him in random ways, but he always regenerates. But then Shin returns with someone else. Back at Earth, Goku Black begins to overwhelm the warriors because he keeps improving, and thanks to his new Super Saiyan power, he's kinda getting the upper hand, but Black still knows that he can't beat them all, so he needs to separate them. First, he takes out the weakest, 16, to the rubble, and then he blasts future Gohan also to the rubble. So now he's a one-on-one fight against only Trunks, who is the middle one, so he'll take him out first. Gohan's on the ground, trying to get up, but that blast severely injured him. But then he hears a slice. He looks up and sees a keyblade right through Trunks' chest, with Goku Black smiling. Goku Black removes the sword, and Trunks slowly falls to the ground, motionless. And Goku Black keeps smiling, laughing, saying, "One sinner down." Gohan can't believe it. In his mind, he believes that he's failed his dad for protecting the Earth. He also failed Vegeta. He promised himself to always protect Trunks and to make him the strongest warrior he can be. And then he snaps. In a flurry of emotions, he begins to power up, electricity and thunder enveloping him, and then he goes Super Saiyan. But he isn't done yet. Electricity keeps intensifying, and then a huge ki explosion occurs. Goku Black is completely caught off guard and doesn't understand, where did Gohan get all this power? And when all the thunder and explosion disappear, he sees a really intense electric aura, and he sees it more clearly and sees Gohan. But he looks completely different. He has no eyebrows and his hair is longer. Gohan has turned into a Super Saiyan 3 from the sadness and feeling miserable about the death of Trunks. And before Goku Black has any time to react, Gohan rushes at him with full speed ahead, and thanks to Gohan's new power, he's finally managed to get the upper hand. Goku Black is completely surprised. He's never seen this form, and this mortal may actually be able to kill him. So they keep fighting, clashing, with none of them ready to stop. But now, then they decide to finish him. Both of them begin to charge a Kamehameha at full power and launch it at one another, but Goku Black still has the upper hand. Gohan begins to close his eyes, accepting his fate, but then he feels that his being became stronger, and when he opens his eyes, he sees two yellow beams helping him, and when he looks at his right, he sees Android 16 has finally waken up from the rubble and here to help. Gohan smiles and thanks his team for everything, not only for helping him fight this Goku imposter, but for everything. For the hyperbolic timetable suggestion, and teaching him that everyone deserves a second chance, since when he saw 16 the first time, he kinda wanted to kill him. 16 doesn't really understand that he has done that much, but he's also thankful for them too, because originally he's supposed to kill Goku, and now look at him, helping the son of Goku. So they fire their blast with everything they got, and Goku Black isn't able to push it back, and then the yellow and blue beam combine and envelop him. 16 and Gohan fall to the ground, and they can't sense Goku Black's energy anymore. But when they look back at where Goku Black was seemingly killed, they see him. He's still alive, but he has a lot of marks on him. All of his clothes are torn down, and he has a couple scratches. Goku Black is really pissed now. These stupid mortals just can't accept their fate. They keep resisting a god's work, and he begins to power up again, but not into his Super Saiyan form. This time of a yellow, a purplish aura envelops him. And Gohan and 16 don't understand. This is not any normal Super Saiyan form, and they can't even sense his energy. And when the smoke settles, they see Goku Black, this time with pink hair, and says that this is the real power of the gods. This is Super Saiyan Rose. But Gohan and 16 don't care, and they charge at him, but now they're jokes to hit Goku Black, and he just smacks them down with no difficulty. Goku Black is now ready to destroy him, seeing that he has done his purpose for getting as strong as he can. But then he senses someone behind him holding a hand on his back. In an instant, he turns back and is shocked beyond belief. It's Beerus! But how? Did Zamasu kill Shin? That was the plan! But he doesn't know that back at the Supreme Kai's world, that mysterious visitor who came to help Goku was Beerus, who was woken up by Shin, saying that there's some gods who are trying to kill our mortals. So he decided to wake up, and since he's a little bit grouchy, he isn't gonna mess around. So he just comes at Zamasu and destroys him. But Zamasu regenerates, laughing. Even though Beerus can destroy, he cannot destroy immortals. Oh, he's immortal. But he has a solution for that. So pretty casually, he picks up a sword and seals him away. Then he looks back at Goku, thanking him for kinda saving his life. Goku doesn't understand what that means, but Beerus says that he'll explain later. And then a weird blue guy shows up. Of course, this is Whis, and they both go to Earth. And then Shin and Kibito pop up and explain the situation. So back at Earth, Beerus sizes up Goku Black. He senses the divine energy within him, which is really interesting. And the weird thing, he is kinda looks like the guy who just saved his life back at the Supreme Kai's world. Weird, but this guy just tried to destroy this planet, and that's his job, so he won't allow this rogue god to live. Goku Black is furious that Zamasu could not do his job and rushes at Beerus, getting a little rage boost. But of course, he's no match for Beerus, since not only Super Saiyan Rose isn't enough, he still has some injuries from fighting Gohan at 16 that being really injured him. Beerus is enjoying this, because this guy is actually pretty powerful. Of course, nothing to him, but he kinda looks like the guy he saw in his premonition, but he can't let him live. Goku Black tries to stab Beerus, but he catches the Keyblade. That was an enjoyable fight, but now it's time to end it. He uses the Hakai and destroys Goku Black. Then he descends to the ground, where 16 and Gohan ask who he is and how did he just defeat Goku Black so easily. And he introduces himself as the god of destruction, Beerus, and has come to stop this so-called Zero Mortals plan, and asks them what are they gonna do now. And they actually don't know, since they're still devastated by Trunks' death, and since there are no Dragon Balls, they can't bring him back to life. But Whis steps in and said that there's still a way to bring back their fallen ally and to hold on his back. They have a little surprise for them. They don't understand why they're doing this, but then Whis teleports them and they arrive at a familiar planet. Gohan instantly knows what this is. It's Namek. He was also always trying to find it, but he never did. But finally, he's here. So they go to the Namekian villages, explaining the situation. And of course, out of respect of Beerus, and knowing Gohan as the son of their savior, they summon Porunga and ask to restore any damage that Goku Black and Zamasu did. And Porunga does that thanks to his new upgrades. But Elder Moria asked that why didn't they use their own set of Dragon Balls, because they know that they have a Namekian back at Earth. Gohan explains the situation and what happened back at Earth. And Mori says that maybe they can take Dende, because he has a close connection to them. He could be the new guardian, and give them their new set of Dragon Balls. Of course, they're not gonna decline, and Dendy is happy to be with Gohan again, so they use the last wish to go back to Earth. Back at Earth, Trunks surprisingly wakes up, and he's confused. He was just brought back to life because he was just killed by Goku Black, and the city seems normal, like it was before Goku Black's attack. But then he senses a familiar energy coming his way, and then he smiles when he sees 16 and Gohan. And some other two people arrive, and Gohan instantly hugs Trunks. But Beerus says to save the chit-chat for later, and wants to ask him something. He's impressed with these morals. Of course, they're still not at his level, but for some measly Saiyans, they're actually pretty strong. And in return for defeating Goku Black, he wants two things for them: some good food, and find out about anything about his premonition he saw recently, the Super Saiyan God. And that's where we left this part of what if Android 16 was discovered in the future. For now, this is a temporary finale, but if we reach 8 likes, I will make a Dragon Ball Super in the future timeline. And I have some good plans about it, so I actually really want to reach the like goal. As always, if you have any suggestions for me, write down in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys in my next video.